Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monkeying Around Reviews. Today we have the TomShine 400 watt party fog machine. Now let me stress, I say party fog machine. This is good for probably parties, Halloween events, weddings, smaller events. Being 400 watts, I don't expect this to be like a full-blown stage fogger. It's not going to pull that much power to get that thick, full room blowing smoke. But I could be wrong. We'll find out once we heat this up and try it out outside. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what's in here. So the first thing on the top of this is the instruction manual. There's two of them. One of these is in English and the other one is not. So we will stick to the English one because that's the language that I speak. Also in here is a 3-pin XLR cable that's connected to a single button remote with a red and a green light on it. These lights will tell you that it is powered up and heating, and the other one is going to tell you that it's ready to be used. There is a bracket so you can mount the fog machine from a T-bar or truss. And then there is the fog machine itself, which we will come back to. We have a power cable, some thumb screws for the mounting bracket to attach to this, 2 pieces of foam, and a thank you card. So now let's go back to the fog machine. It's a nice fog machine. It's pretty small. As you see, it's bigger than my hand, but not much. It's about the size of my arm. What you have on here is the output in the front. The back has an on-off, a plug for the remote, a plug for the power, and then this little window shows you how much fog fluid is in here. And then here on the top, this cap unscrews, and this is where you put the fog fluid inside the machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this outside. We're going to see how long it takes to heat up. We're going to test it out, see how far it shoots out, how long it can shoot before it heats up, and basically just how this thing's going to operate. So give me a second, we'll head on outside and see how this works. Alright, so I brought the TomShine 400 watt fogger outside so we can give this a test. Now there's 2 things that I realized that I wanted to mention. On the box, it says that this is Dmx controllable. Well, it says DMX, then there's a picture of a 3-pin on it. There is a 3-pin XLR, but it is for the remote control. It also says that it comes with a wired remote and a wireless IR remote. It only comes with the wired remote, so I'm thinking the box may be made for different models and they just put whatever box in there and then they'll put an X or a circle around what is correct, and this one actually just had nothing marked on it. So I would like to remind you that the review we're looking at is for the small 400 watt with a wired remote, and that's all that's in the box. There's no DMX, there's no wireless. That all being said, I do want to remind you that this 400 watt fogger is only 9.5 inches across and 5 inches up and over. So it is small. So whatever we see come out of this, it is from a really compact fogger that you can hide into places. So what we're going to do is we are going to plug this fogger in, and we're going to turn it on, and we're going to let it heat up. So right now it's heating. I'm going to take a look at this remote. We're outside so I can't see much. And no lights are on yet, but it is on. The light on the back of here is on, so we're going to let it heat up and we're going to see what happens. I will be back as soon as it heats up and I'll let you know how long it took. Be right back. Alright, so this has now been heating for 20 minutes. Now it said it should heat between 3 and 5 on the box and 3 and 8 on another area I was reading, but it never reached a green light, which is supposed to tell you it's good to go. Now the red light came on after 2 minutes of heating, so I'm thinking maybe that the red light means that it's ready to go and it might be mixed up in the manual or there's just something else going on. But the red light's on, it's been 20 minutes of heating, so we're just going to hit the button and this should come out. And there we go. Now, we're getting maybe out to here. Can you see my hand? Actually, it's going a little farther now. So I'm going to turn this off and walk it real fast to see what kind of distance I'm getting. Yeah, so I'm getting about 10 or 12 feet of the total distance of smoke. It's making it out about 4 feet, and then it's starting to turn. There is no wind out right now. It is a clear, calm day, and this is going out about 4 feet, maybe 5, and then it's starting to kind of turn. You are seeing that the smoke is nice and white. It's not super thick, but it is very visible. Just from that we've been running, I was trying to hit the button again, and the red light has turned off, so it's already reheating. While we're talking here, we'll see how long it takes to reheat. And there it is. It's ready to go again. So I'm going to press the button, and once again, it's making it out the length of my arm, and then it's starting to twist that way, and there is no wind. But as I was saying, you can see my hand almost disappear in the smoke. You can still see it a little bit, but right here it's gone. So the smoke is nice and thick, but it's not so bad that you're going to get lost in it. It's a very thin amount. And as you see, I've been holding my finger down this whole time, so we have a good long stream, and there it's now off to be reheated. So I'm going to see how long this takes to reheat. All right, so it takes 30 seconds for this to reheat after being ran constantly to a time where it needs to reheat. So I'm going to now hold the button down, and we're going to see how long it can go until it needs to be reheated. So we're going to press this now. We're at 20 seconds right now. 30 seconds. So we got about 35 seconds out of this, and then it needs 30 seconds to reheat. So it's almost a 1-to-1 usage. So if you're going to run it for 30 seconds, it's going to need about 30 seconds again to reheat. So as we've seen, the instructions are not really following what needs to happen. This green light has never come on. It's always been the red light. So the red light is your ready light. That being said, it took 2 minutes to heat up initially for it to be able to run. It can run for 30 seconds, but then it needs to heat up again for another 30 seconds. So this is not great for constant use. It would only be for little quick bursts. Once again, not being sold as a professional model. It says it's for parties and Halloween. As you see, it doesn't shoot out that far, so maybe it's good for coming out from behind your pumpkins or from a door when you open it. Just something where it's a small area that's a quick, short burst. That's what I would say this is good for. Unlike another machine I have tested, this one is working the way it's supposed to. All the smoke is coming out of the nozzle. Nothing is coming out of the rest of the machine like you'll see in some of my other videos. This one is working correctly. It's not getting the distance that it says it should be getting, which is, since it's only really getting out 4 feet before it starts to turn. But if you look at the 10 foot that I was getting after the turn, that is kind of following what it was saying. So maybe if this was indoors, even though there's no wind out here, maybe it would keep going straight and then it would get to the length that it said it's supposed to, but it's getting very thin near the end. That all being said, for what it is, for a $30 fogger, it's really up to you if you think this is going to be able to do what you need it to do. You're seeing what it's kind of shooting at in the distance, in the thickness. Like I said, I think it's really good for just kind of for a Halloween event, putting it behind some pumpkins and having smoke coming out. You may have some other ideas. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts of what this might be able to be used for to help other people. So once again, this has been Monkeying Around Reviews. This is the TomShine 400 watt fogger. Please make sure you leave your comments below. And as always, make sure you subscribe.